and welcome to Check Out This Guy, the podcast where we've looked at our budgets, we've said, in this economy, and decided to move in together. That's right. This episode is about roommates. I'm Izzy.
And they were roommates.
Oh, I'm sure that's going to be said a lot. I'm Izzy, and you can call me she. And we've got another host here.
Yeah, I'm Quatre. My pronouns are they, he, she. And this is it for the hosts. It's just the two of us.
Yeah, so I guess we're the ones moving in together.
We're the ones moving in together. This is the most practical solution of all the hosts that could have moved in together.
I mean, if I was going to move in with any of the hosts, you're probably a good choice, but you're not who I thought most likely.
I'm going to be honest. I'm saying this as someone who will physically share a living space with someone else soon. I think I'm a terrible roommate.
Yeah, I mean, I was a terrible roommate. Like, when Emery visited me for a little over a week, I had people in my life who were surprised anyone could manage to be in the same living situation as me for more than 3 days.
Damn. I just know I move around a lot in my sleep, so I'm super loud at night. And I do not clean my kitchen. That's my worst vice. It's disgusting.
Ooh.
I know.
Me too. We have the same problems.
Oh god, this is gonna be the worst situation.
Yeah. Oh, to be clear though, I think I've mellowed in my quote unquote old age because I haven't had a roommate for nearly 20 years.
This is gonna be my first time having an actual roommate. When I was in college, I did a 3-month stint in another town, so I needed to live there, but it was like I had my own room and we just shared the kitchen.
I think you had some ideas for like categories. And then I guess we should pick some guys to talk about how they would do for that.
I wasn't so much thinking about categories as listing of things I was worrying about my living situation. It's like, how would my OCs handle that? So I suggest we just suggest. Oh, I forgot how to speak there for a second. I think we should just get a couple of guys and put them in the house, and then talk about how they would do that. And then when someone does something, we could be like, oh yeah, if my OC saw that, they would do this thing.
Oh, here's a question. Do you have any OCs that are canonically roommates?
I don't. I mean, I put them all in the same world, but they're not actual roommates. I'm thinking, no, there's no one that I would put in the same, that is currently living in the same universe, except for when I put them in the same world for funsies. Do you have any roommates?
Yes, because when I started off making them, Gal and Jolene, neither one of them at creation were gay or, gonna hook up with each other.
Oh, funny how these things go.
No, but the funny thing was, the thing that they did have was that they were roommates.
They were roommates.
Yes, and everyone else kept on making that joke. And then it became real.
Assigned roommates by chat.
Assigned lesbian by table, I guess. Because they were roommates.
I mean, any good table would assign some lesbians. If your D&D campaign or your RPG in general doesn't have any lesbians, who live together. What's the point?
Yeah, I do like that it happened that way because they kind of eased into each other and all, and so like it kind of worked organically, them developing their relationship.
It was meant to be.
Yeah.
Soulmate.
So, how many guys should we put in this house?
We should maybe not go overboard.
Does 3 sound good?
Yeah, that's sort of our go-to, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I am definitely bringing Skylar.
Mm-hmm.
Because he has become my main boy. I mean, he's always been. He just was on the back burner for a bit, but he was always there.
Obviously, I'm gonna bring Xenu for similar reasons.
Gonna have to be a big house. We're already gonna have to be a really big house with these two.
Look, she's still lower than a standard ceiling.
True.
It's fine.
And Skylar is not very tall, but he wants to fly, so.
Mm-hmm.
And he needs a lot of space to get through the door because there's a dragon on his back.
I know. We're gonna have to have, like, bigger than normal doors, probably, because we have a very wide and we have a very tall. Who else you got?
I'm thinking, that I want to mix it up a little bit and bring Ace. I haven't really, explored how Ace is, for the most part. He's my Pokemon trainer, character. He's an ice gym leader, and he has a bunch of Pokemon, and he's a bit of a fuck around and find out kind of guy.
Okay.
Because he gets lost a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be bringing him.
We're currently playing Eidolon, so I've just got Dory on the mind, so she'll be my next one.
Ooh.
I mean, she also kind of comes with an ancillary guy.
I mean, my Pokemon trainer comes with 6 tiny dudes.
I know, and so that's fun.
Oh, they bring pets along. I think my final character, because I'm super excited to be playing D&D again soon, between brackets next month, is Excalibur.
Okay.
My little cat, my little troublemaker, my little high charisma stat, and that's the only reason Excalibur hasn't been beaten up yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, when we did the ranking of OCs, I brought in Jolene. This time I'll bring in Gal.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we have separated them.
Oh no! I thought we weren't allowed to do that.
No, we're not, but
I was there for the episode when you explained it to me. And I'm still of the opinion that when they reunite, I don't care what time it is for me, you need to send me a message to let me know that everything's okay again.
Oh, no, I mean, they're not... Like, when I say they're separated, they're just not living together in this mental exercise.
Okay.
They can still be, like, dating.
Okay, that's a huge relief, actually.
Uh-huh.
I'm not overly invested in other people's OCs, that'd be silly.
Okay, so... What do we want to figure out how these guys are gonna deal with things first?
First of all, I think we should figure out, in this situation, bedrooms. Like, does everyone have their own bedroom? And are all the bedrooms the same size, or did a couple of them draw the short straw?
Okay.
Because we've got 6 people plus extras that have to live in a house because the budgeting is tight.
Well, Dory is just like a normal human woman. She can just summon a big monstery guy, but she doesn't have to.
That's amazing. Sorry. Why is there a big monster guy? Just, he's...
That's more for fighty times. Probably not for
roommate times.
Dealing with, yeah. Although she could do that to help with chores, I guess.
Or when someone's not doing their chores.
Okay. Of mine, I guess you could put Xenu and Gal in one room. And it would be very funny because they're mother-daughter by adoption now.
Aww. God, I would hate living in the same room as my mom, not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm. I mean, but they haven't known each other very long.
It's bonding.
Yeah, I mean, it was more also, it was like, oh, you're an adult already, but I'll still adopt you.
You're never too old to be adopted.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking Excalibur doesn't actually need a room. Excalibur has no possessions because Excalibur, they don't have any pockets. Mm-hmm. So whenever someone gifts them something because they're an adventurer and they get gold and shit, they just give that to someone else in the party to hold, and then they forget about it. So I also think Excalibur will not be helping with the rent, except for when they get gold and they need to put that gold somewhere, and they'll just put it on the table, and that'll be their contribution. So they can just live in the living room and sleep on a couch.
Okay. I'm thinking here. I'm stewing. If we want to jam 6 people into a too small house, too small for 6 people, maybe we can luck out and this house has like a loft over the garage. And we can stick Dory there because she's going to spend all of her time in the garage anyway.
Valid. I'm also thinking like Skylar's gonna need to get the attic, I guess, because there's a lot. Attics tend to be pretty high ceilings. If it's like one of those houses with like the slanted roof.
Oh, you apparently you have different experiences than me.
I live in a town with old houses.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm used to seeing like
the cubism,
like finished attics having lower than normal ceilings is what I'm used to.
Oh yeah, when they put in a fake ceiling because they don't want to clean all the way up to the actual ceiling. We could still do that and then give it the biggest window of the house so that Skylar can easily move in and out.
Yeah, I think it's a factor of American 2x4 frame houses.
I guess
that causes that attic thing.
Maybe? I don't know. I live in a...
Yeah, I got focused on that for a moment, sorry.
It's fine. I live in a roof apartment for the moment. So I'm looking at my slanted roof and I'm like, why would you not have a slanted roof in your house? Who would do that? Why would you do that?
Okay.
As if this town that I've lived in is the only kind of house that should exist.
Okay, so I like this. It's so I have a suggestion here for the house. 3 bedroom, 2 bath. That's kind of a standard house.
Yeah, that's I can live with that.
And this also means that we've got 2 people in one bedroom, 1 person in another bedroom. We've got 1 open bedroom for something else.
I mean, if A still needs to move in.
Everyone else is living in not the bedroom.
Yeah. Wait, so, was it Gal and Xenu together?
Yes, because I think that's funny. Yeah. Also,
I guess if they're together, they get the master bedroom, right? They get the biggest
also,
one.
Maybe, yeah, I guess that makes sense. Also, Xenu is canonically rich, but she has, like, 0 possessions. So she's not gonna take up a lot of room. She just needs a spot to sleep, and that's it.
We all make characters like that, huh? I think it's very telling about the situations that we're all in.
Oh, no.
That's not true. I'm a massive hoarder. I've got so many stupid figurines that I'm looking at right now.
Oh, no. Gal likes collecting things, and then Dory just keeps on picking up, like, maker hobbies, and, that keeps on taking up more and more room for her.
So, we've got Gal and Xenu in the master bedroom.
Uh-huh.
We've got Excalibur in the living room.
Yeah.
We have...
Excalibur doesn't technically live there, but Excalibur definitely lives there.
It's the permanent couch surfer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We had Dory in the garage. We have Skylar in the roof. We have, I suppose, Ace in one of the smaller bedrooms. What are we doing with the last bedroom? I can't believe we've got one left.
Yeah, I like this because it's very funny, and as we go, we can figure out what that final bedroom is used for.
True. We're gonna stumble upon it. Right now, we'll just call it the guest bedroom for when someone stays over. That's the dream, I think. If you have a house, to have a guest bedroom. That's what I think is like peak. It doesn't get any better than that.
All right. What next? I keep on asking you because you, gave a list of things that we can talk about.
True, but if you have an idea, just throw it in there. I'm thinking the kitchen next. How are they dealing with food when they're living together?
Xenu used to be a fast food worker. She kind of likes cooking.
How much does she like cooking? How many of these roommates is she gonna end up cooking for?
Okay, Gal doesn't eat.
Oh, that's easy.
I imagine it's not come up, but one thing we know is that Dory has on multiple occasions eaten way more than you'd think she would. But we keep on ending up at a diner in the Adelon campaign.
That is kind of adorable ending of every episode, I guess.
We keep on ending up in this diner, and every time I've been having her order more and more food, and I think the last time she had 3 full meals. She had also had a day where she expended so many fucking calories. So it was okay.
It's allowed. Love that idea.
So yeah, but I imagine that she's someone that, as long as she can afford it, she is eating cheap takeout for almost every meal.
Yeah, I think Excalibur is a leftover eater. Excalibur sees food, Excalibur eats food. Like that. So anything that's not labeled, and let's be honest, some labeled things maybe as well, is getting eaten by Excalibur. Nothing in this house will ever go bad, because nothing will be in the fridge long enough to go bad.
Yeah. What about your other two?
Yeah, good question. I think Skylar's, apart from the dragon, a very normal dude. Skylar eats normal things. The dragon, I've never actually thought about that. Does the dragon eat? The dragon has a mouth. And supposedly the dragon lives because it's a parasite on the human body. But it would be funny if it just had to eat as well. Skylar needs 2 plates.
Does it eat normal things or something odd?
It's gonna eat only junk food.
Only junk food. Excellent.
Junk food.
Oh yeah, because it doesn't need any nutrition.
No, it gets the nutrition from Skylar, so it doesn't need to eat healthy. It's just doing this for kicks. And
wonderful.
Ace, I think Ace might be vegetarian. I'm looking at my dude and I'm like, I think I've been vegetarian for a bit of my life because I hate the texture of most meats, and it took me a while to figure out what I can actually eat without hating every single second of it. So I'm thinking, Ace can be vegetarian. I was a pretty good vegetarian cook. There's some really good food you can make without meat.
Oh, yes, absolutely. I recently went full vegetarian.
Ooh. I think I only eat like once a week now. So if you ever need a recipe or if you find something good, let me know.
See, that's what I was doing originally, was about once a week. But then, my gut bacteria changed enough that it kind of made me sick when I ate it that once a week.
I've got
So now I don't.
It's pretty okay. I don't eat a lot, but I think my gut can manage it. I can eat some pretty foul stuff without getting sick. I'm gonna hold wood while I say that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna overshare here,
on the podcast.
Oh yeah, I have had a foot of my colon removed.
Wow.
So that might have something to do with it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna impact some stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Ace does come with 6 Pokemon. So I'm guessing Ace also spends a lot of time in the kitchen to get food for his. For a large part, the Pokemon are just gonna eat pet food, right? It's gonna be they're getting some wet food, they're getting some chunks, but every once in a while you want to treat them, and then Ace will be in the kitchen making the foulest smelling food ever to give to his little guys.
I want to make a suggestion here.
I'm listening.
In the backyard, we have some fruit trees.
Ooh. We have a yard.
And they're whatever type of fruit trees there are in Pokemon, where they grow and produce very very quickly.
Just the next day, you'll have berries. Don't worry about it. Unless your internal battery dies, and then you can't throw them anymore. Sad.
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah.
So I think we've got, of mine, one doesn't really care what they eat, so long as it's tasty, and I've got one who absolutely eats way too much meat. So yeah, so that's gonna be funny, dealing with that and a vegetarian in the home.
Yeah.
I'm sure that does not spark any arguments or anything.
Absolutely not. I am gonna make Ace the kind of vegetarian that I was, which means that if meat has touched the food, it's still edible, but if Ace can see traces of the meat on the food, it's Jover. Not eating that. That's disgusting.
Okay. So I'm getting the idea the only one that probably enjoys cooking at all is Xenu.
Yeah, Ace enjoys cooking for the Pokemon, but not particularly for other human beings.
Okay. Yeah, look, Xenu has basically destroyed kitchens before. It's fine.
I mean, is this gonna be a rental home, or did we buy this house? The 5 of us plus Excalibur.
I think the funniest is to say we bought it.
In that case, Xenu can destroy as many kitchens as they want, but we do need to replace it ourselves.
Oh, no, I don't mean that literally. I mean just she's made a huge mess.
God forbid women do anything.
Uh-huh.
I defend women's right to make a huge mess.
Uh-huh.
So we've got one cook, and we've got, I guess, 3 picky eaters. I no, Excalibur is not
maybe
not eating at the table.
Yeah. And we've got one that just plain does not eat.
True, but we've got several who eat for 2 or more.
Uh-huh.
The grocery shopping of this, let's call them a little family at this point, is absolutely hellish. That cashier is looking at all the items being bought and is getting more and more concerned.
Oh, okay, hold up. Which one of our folks, who all has money and or a job?
Skylar tries to keep a job, but he keeps getting fired because he's naked. Which I think is discrimination, but so far we have not won a court case on that one yet. So I guess Skylar has money once a month when he does one day of a job before he gets fired. Ace is a gym leader, so I guess Ace is making a lot of money on kids that he's beating.
I got the idea that they probably got like a stipend from whatever.
Yeah, I assume he gets like, as long as he's the gym leader, he has a steady income.
Yeah, like that seems to be their job.
His job is ice gym leader. Excalibur just has money sometimes. Hard to say when.
Xenu is independently wealthy.
Okay.
Dory, she works in a mechanic shop and has like an Etsy store.
Ooh.
Where she's like selling like custom like one-off like car parts and stuff. Like for example, fancy hood ornaments or something like that.
Ooh. That's cool. Is that a steady income? Does that earn a lot of money?
She like in the game, she is living in a kind of crappy apartment with almost no furniture that she is sharing with her brother, who also has a job. So I think the answer is no, she's not getting much money from it.
Okay.
I've come upon a realization. This is horrible and cursed. I think Xenu is kind of the house mom.
Yeah, I'm also drawing that conclusion because she's cooking for everyone, and she's practically bought the house, hasn't she?
Maybe.
We've all pitched in, but let's be honest. Xenu's gonna have to pay for it. We would not have been able to get a loan if Xenu wasn't there.
I think probably the irony is, hey, you know that rule of never shop hungry?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the irony is that, she has Gal go and do all the grocery shopping. So it's just like, oh, here's a list of recipes, get all the stuff for these recipes.
An extra. Right? And more? Please, Gal, bring more than just the thing for the recipes.
Well, no, I mean, but she goes and buys the things on the list and nothing else.
No, horrible.
Because she's not gonna be eating any of it anyway.
The constant disappointment from everyone else in this house being like, ooh, I wonder if there's a little snack in the cupboard. No, there's not.
Oh, I'm sure there is, but...
Not for long with Excalibur in the house.
Yeah, good point. But yeah, if no one writes it on the list, it's not bought. This, again,
so
no chance of this causing any conflict.
Yeah, and we get into fights about, you made your list when you were hungry, huh?
Uh-huh. Oh, I'm pretty sure Gal also just, buys cool little knickknacks that she sees when she's going grocery shopping too.
Thanks, Gal. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Do they leave a clean kitchen, or are they like us, do you think? Do they leave a bit of a mess?
I'm gonna guess, unless you have someone who's tidy, I don't.
No, I don't. I think Excalibur breaks a plate at least once every 3 days.
Uh-huh. Yeah, okay.
He just leaves the table, he's done eating, and he leaves his plate on the table, and he just walks away.
Yeah. Unless we end up with, a pest problem, I think the kitchen is gonna be kind of gross.
If it's rats, I've got a solution. It's called Excalibur lives in this house.
Uh-huh. Oh. Yeah, what's Excalibur gonna think of a 6'5" buff rat?
Excalibur's gonna think, I can make friends with that.
Uh-huh. Okay.
High charisma stat. Excalibur has in fact made friends with people who tried to kill her. And then they also get lied to a lot, because the creatures will be like, oh, we won't hurt you, and then they'll murder the town.
Okay. Yeah. Alright. I was just checking because that's what Rebel looks like.
I mean, I've also got Mila and Tavi, and Excalibur hasn't eaten them yet.
Hell yeah. Okay, so... bathroom.
Ooh.
I have... So, neither Gal nor Xenu, is gonna be using the bathroom.
Excalibur isn't.
Or at least not the toilet. Yeah, I mean... who?
Excalibur does not wash themselves with water, and I've never addressed this in the campaign, but I assume Excalibur does not shit on a toilet. That is an outdoor shitter.
Okay. Yeah, Xenu and Gal are not equipped for use of toilet.
Do they brush their teeth?
Xenu does.
There we go. There's a need to be in the bathroom then.
Yeah, but, I mean, let's face it, the grossest part of the bathroom is the toilet.
I've been in showers that would rival that statement.
Okay, fair. Who is most likely to clean the bathroom?
I didn't make any clean freaks.
Neither did I.
I'm guessing maybe Ace, because there's a very high likelihood that he needs that bathroom to wash the Pokemon. And I don't know how it is about other people, but me, when I care for myself, sort of so. Me, when I gotta do something for my precious cat Bob, that's premium content that he's getting, okay? He gets the best.
Yeah.
I drink tap water, my cat drinks filtered water.
Oh, I give Savvy bottled water.
Yeah, you take better care of your cat. So I'm guessing Ace would clean the bathroom so that it is clean for his Pokemon when he needs to wash them.
Here's the thing, though. I have one of those cat fountains for her. That's why I use the bottled water, because if I put the tap water in it, it would get kind of gross.
I mean, yeah, I gotta clean out my filter and the little motor in it a bunch of times because there's a lot of what's the limestone in the water.
Oh yeah, just like if you leave my tap water out, stuff likes to grow in it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've got normal water. I drink it, and if I leave my water bottle out for too long, it's still just normal water. Just has a little white edge because the limestone has attached itself to the side of the bottle.
Yeah. I don't think this is a my house thing, because that's kind of been the case with every place I've lived in this town.
No, I can see that.
I think our water treatment plant just kind of sucks.
I mean, where I live, all the water is supposed to be drinkable, but sometimes I teach in a bunch of old buildings. Sometimes I enter a building and it has a huge red sign that says "Do not drink this water," because the pipes are made of lead and will poison you. It's like,
oh boy,
interesting, interesting concept.
Okay, I think we have a house full of people who are not going to take care of the house. Who finally gives up and makes like a chore chart?
I think it might be Skylar, because Skylar is walking around barefoot. And that's gonna get risky. Skylar's naked. We gotta be careful about the things that he can fall into.
Yeah. If it was any of mine, I think it would be Gal. So maybe the two of them get together and make the chore chart and probably try to force the others to follow it.
Try being the operative word, huh?
Skylar
does not Skylar, Excalibur does not take direction very well. Famously, in the campaign, has been a huge pain in everyone's butt for being like, oh, I see a fancy light, I'm gone. I don't care what the actual mission goal was. I am now following this piece of sparkles. Very easy for the DM to get us to go where he wants us to go.
Yeah. Just put the shiny there.
Just put a shiny thing there. Excalibur's gonna follow it. No questions asked. And Ace, I think Ace, if you give Ace a thing to do, he will do it. The problem's gonna be that Ace also goes missing sometimes. He's just out and about, lost. And then one of his Pokemon has to go and find help. Because he can't find the way home anymore.
Oh no.
So you can put him on the chore list, but sometimes he's gonna not do them. Not because he doesn't want to, because he's physically not there. He would want to be home, but he got lost in some mountains. How far were the mountains? Don't worry about it.
Okay. What Pokemon are on their team?
The Pokemon that Ace has are definitely a Snorunt, and then I had Sneasel, I had Swinub, Riolu, Frostmoth, and Absol.
Okay.
Pretty small. Except for Absol.
Yeah.
Absol is a full-sized, dog-size creature, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm thinking here, so of all of those, the only one that would have a chance of helping with the chores would be Sneasel.
Riolu is small but capable.
Mm-hmm.
He tries. It's not going to be a good help, that is true. Sneasel is going to be your best bet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The problem is, I also gave them personalities, and with Sneasel I wrote, loves to make problems on purpose.
Oh boy.
Riolu I wrote, makes problems on accident.
Yeah, I don't know very many Pokemon, so I think that was the only one that, had hands.
Snorunt has hands. He's also just very tiny, and the one I have is very clumsy.
Okay.
All the
Wonderful.
others, Swinub and Absol, walk on four paws, and Frostmoth is a moth and has no hands.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to consider here?
In our house.
Yeah, in our house.
How do, just to finish it off, what do the neighbors think? Do we have, close neighbors, or is there some space between us and the next houses?
Well, there is a problem here.
Okay.
And that's now I've just got the song Our House stuck in my head.
In the middle of our street?
Yeah, I thought that line was in there.
Our house. In there. No, it is. I definitely know the song. And then when I tried to say it, my brain was like, no. No words. This song is vibes only.
Yeah, the problem was the first song that it gave me for the lyrics of Our House was a different song, and I was confused.
Oh.
So I was like, I'm gonna be fair. Our house in the middle of our street is the only line I actually know from that song.
Yeah, same. What other song is there about Our House?
I'm reading the verse though. Our house, it has a crowd. There's always something happening, and it's usually quite loud.
Oh, that's us, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there's gonna be any moment that there's not someone awake and making noise in the house.
Yeah.
The neighbor's gonna hate us.
God, the neighbors absolutely hate this house.
They could probably call the cops on us, but Excalibur has a high charisma stat, so good luck.
Okay. Here's the horrible thing I'm thinking of interaction between two of my characters from different universes. Dory would get like an air compressor and a paint gun for like painting cars and car parts. Gal would steal that and go use it to make graffiti on the side of the house.
There's always gonna be someone fighting in our house. I love it.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, that's another thing that the neighbors will hate.
Yeah.
Just like probably just a giant mural on the side of the house.
What's it called? In the US, you have like the people in the street have like a community on what your house is allowed to look like.
Oh, an HOA, this is definitely not happening in a HOA property.
I don't exactly know what the concept is because it's very weird to me that somebody else could tell me what I can do at my house that is not the actual city.
Okay, yeah, like, I could get into it, like, I know a shit ton about this and how it works and all, but that's not really a podcast thing.
Yeah, I was just thinking, isn't there like a rule thing in the US where you, if someone in the street disagrees with how your house looks, they can be like, that's wrong, you got the wrong kind of paint on your wall.
No, that is only if you live in a neighborhood that is set up that way.
And we would never do that.
Yeah, the default is it's your house, do whatever you want so long as it meets the building code.
It's going to be debatable if everything they do in the house is going to be legal.
Oh, absolutely not. Also, I'm sure the electric bill is really high.
I'm also pretty sure at this point we've got more people living in that house than would be allowed.
No. Like the standard reasonable occupancy is 2 persons per bedroom.
Oh,
so we've got 6 people. Yeah, we're good. We're all legal here. Which is what really ticks off the neighbors.
We're clearly messing some shit up, but we stay within actual regulations.
Yeah, okay, is this in a town or outside of town?
I'm really thinking about it. I think it would have to be like maybe not center in the town because I'm just thinking we would actually get reported because you can't I don't know if that's a universal rule, but it is here. If I want to be naked, I can't just do that if another person's window looks right into my garden, for instance. I can't just be naked in my garden because then I am obstructing my neighbor's view.
I think so long as Skylar's in the house, it's fine.
But not in the garden.
Well, no, probably in your own yard. I think most places you're fine because you're not in a public area.
No, I thought you were fine in Belgium as well, but there is a law against it. Or like a regulation against it.
Yeah, so we've definitely got a fence up.
Yeah.
So the one thing the neighbors can do, and I'm sure actually do, is file noise complaints.
Yeah. True.
Because Dory is using machinery. Gal likes being loud. She has like speakers in her and she uses sonic weapons. So That's gonna be an experience.
It is gonna be an experience. Mine are actually not all that loud. Excalibur is just a tabaxi, so just normal. They are the spellcasting, so they're a shadow sorcerer. And in order to do their spellcasting, the little bell on their neck needs to chime.
Oh, that's so good.
I know, it's adorable, and then I gave them silent spells so that in case of emergency I can in fact cast without making the sound. You never know. Nice. You never know. You're not gonna catch me. Skylar, you could make a noise complaint about the fact that there's a large bat flying through the sky, but there's not a lot you can do about that, so... The only thing I can think of is maybe sometimes, because Ace has mostly baby Pokemon, I guess if one of them throws a tantrum, there's gonna be a lot of noise. But that's like calling the cops because you hear a crying baby. You're in the wrong. Sometimes babies just crying. You gotta get over it.
I think we have come up with something. I don't know how to describe it. I think we have a complete picture here.
I think it's pretty clear. Yeah.
I can't say it's good.
I cannot say that I would enjoy being anywhere near this house.
Oh, no. Yeah, they would probably keep me up at night.
I do need my sleep sometimes.
I'm sure if you're there on like a Saturday afternoon, it's probably fun, so long as you don't have to like stay the night.
Yeah, I'm just thinking they're probably really fun to hang out with, and then you get to go home, and that's probably really good.
Yes, go home to a place that's actually livable.
You enter that house and it's just garbage.
No.
Yeah.
I don't think we're that bad.
It's not gonna be that bad because was it Ace and Dory? No, Gal. Who else was making the chore list?
Yeah, those two.
No, not Ace. It was Skylar because bare feet need protection.
Okay. Yeah.
So with the chore list, it's probably not super bad.
Yeah.
It's gonna be messy, like... You're gonna think like, it's probably nearing cleaning day, but you're never gonna be there and think, they just cleaned the house.
Yeah, like Gal is someone who would not be unclean, but she would be very clutter-filled.
Yeah.
Like just a lot of stuff.
It's like entering the home of someone who has ADHD and you see all the unfinished chores. Where someone clearly started something.
Yeah, no, I just realized when I wrote her backstory and stuff, and gave her some like extra personality and all that didn't come up when she was an NPC in that campaign. I just realized I definitely gave her ADHD.
Congrats on the diagnosis.
Uh-huh. Okay, yeah. Where can we find you, Katra?
Where can you find me? That's a good question. You can find me on Instagram, Katra_cosplay. Or you can find me on Tumblr, which is mattfromcouchen.tumblr.com. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. You can find me on the Discord in the show notes. For some reason, like, Artfight got me to start drawing.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, I think the good brain drugs that the therapist put me on they've given me the ability to actually sit down and draw.
That's great.
Which is not something I've experienced before, so that's neat.
I'm happy.
So I'm gonna have to eventually figure out a place to show that off, but I don't have that now. You will be able to find me at some point on a guest spot for SCP Research Archives, which is a podcast the other Izzy hosts. And other than that, come by the Discord. We typically have streams on a Monday and Friday evenings, and they're pretty fun. We're also a part of the Noisespace.xyz podcast network. I was listening to Dr. Huh
that's a
last
good one.
night. Mm-hmm.
Don't you mean uh-huh?
Uh-huh. Yes. Very nice. All right.
Yeah, that's
let's end this.
Let's close the door on this house and throw away the key.
Yeah, let's slowly back away, and then once we get like one house over, we're turning around and sprinting.
Yeah, because our guys get along like a house on fire, but I'm not entirely sure the house isn't actually gonna catch fire at some point.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, let's bolt. Goodbye.
Yeah. Bye-bye.